And another storyline, you mentioned it earlier with Amber and Invincible. I can see why people think that she was annoying because she wasn't really taking into account that he's trying to save the world and, be the superhero in the balanced school and then her. But I can compare it to, let's say, a professional athlete who is very good at their craft, but to be really good at their craft, they have to make a lot of sacrifices. And that could be, lost time at home, not seeing the kids as much. They have to completely kind of distance themselves and work on their craft just to be as good as they are. And I mean, it can be unfair to that significant other, but I can see both sides. So I wasn't really upset with the way that she acted.
Well, I wasn't upset until, spoiler alert, she knows he's invincible halfway through the series and just doesn't care.
What?
Yeah,
but still.
He builds up and says, I'm invincible. And she goes, yeah, I know you're a hero. And you're still a douche for messing up all these stuff. It's like, wait a minute. So you knew I was running around getting beat up, getting the blood beat out of me by aliens and superhero beings, and you don't care. I would take offense to that. I was like, I don't know what you want from me. I couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me.
Okay, I can definitely understand his side because it's very hard being a superhero. You're getting the crap beat out of you, and the wife is not really appreciating you when you come home. But he is neglecting his relationship by going out there to save the world. I mean, she doesn't see him as this big superhero that everybody looks up to. It's like knowing, my brother. He is, potentially going to be something big or whatever. But
yeah,
we actually know him and we don't look at him as that. And that's the same thing that I think the way that she was thinking.
I agree, but you also don't get mad at him for being at practice or actually doing the thing that's going to make you money, hopefully, right? You're not upset with that part of it. It's no different than her saying, Mark, you worked too long at the office this week. And Mark goes, I work a 9 to 5. I was at work from 9 to 5. And she says, I want more time. It's like, I can't. I'm at work. This is the time. You know this. You know what I have to do. And it's not out of the ordinary for me to work 9 to 5. So why are you upset again? I just feel like it couldn't. I don't know what she wanted. I feel like there would always be an issue. Would not work. You need Kevin Samuels. I feel like he would really set her in her place. How old? You make how much? What's your waist size?
Just
he does what? So you want a 10, and you're what? Okay.
How would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You can't use 7.
Yeah, that's all right. You're not listening to me. I'm gonna mute you and play this music real quick.
You can't talk over me.
Ma'am. See, that's what's wrong with you. That's why you can't.
That's what's wrong with you women today.
Yes. He's out here saving the world, and what are you doing? Nothing. But you want him.
What do you bring to the table?
That's it. That's exactly it. She needs talking to.
Well, yeah. She might need that, but I think I might have a little issue with the way that the whole relationship began because she wasn't really interested in him until he stood up to the bully.
Right.
He got beat twice, and she's like, "Oh, okay. Now I might be a little interested in him because he stood up to some guy." But she didn't really care about him. She didn't really notice him until that point.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed a little bit shallow, but I mean, he did get his butt kicked twice. If anything, it was like it felt like she felt bad for him. But it was odd starts. I didn't see that relationship lasting throughout the series. I didn't read the comics, so I didn't know this ahead of time. So coming in as a new viewer, new reader, but definitely not the one I would have picked for him in this scenario.
Thanks for watching. And if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.